All right, we are live. Welcome to the West Side channel.
Just everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
Welcome in.
Okay.
We are live on YouTube. There's Gregory. Everybody missed you, Gregory. Everybody missed your people.
I'm with the old folks.
Yeah, you got a haircut, huh?
Yeah. My mom is to
What's
be
up,
rested.
John and Nicola?
You know,
Right.
I did cop watch today.
Did you?
There was
Did you record it?
there was two people already in Philippines. It's on video. I'm alive.
Nice. What's up, Alo?
Hey, hello, my buddy. My hello.
He didn't miss you. So, how are we doing, people? How are we doing out there in New Year? And how you doing, people?
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I've I've been eating. Huh?
Well, I mean, I would too, not eat it for 9 days.
Right? And night.
Yeah, and uh, I guess what we'll start with is Gregory needs everybody's prayers and help. She's moved now, right? You said she's moved into a different location.
No, no, she's the same location,
The
but
same
she
location.
got better. I talked to the supervisor. I told him I want her to get 5 times a week bath. Oh, we don't do that 2 times a week. I said no. At least give a bath on a what do you call it what do you call it bath sponge bath. You know
Right.
I don't know this home. I don't know.
Welcome in, Sonia G, Southern Girl, Southern Cowgirl.
It's ridiculous, Westside.
Right. I mean,
That
it
porter.
is.
I should pick I should pick one. Well, I'm gonna give it another couple more days. If I don't like it, I'm gonna
Right. I mean, you just pray and put it in God's hand and let it,
man. I, I was able was here. Ado.
how I
You
mean,
know?
maybe Alo can come visit.
Yeah.
Put his word
Because
out. Alo, he needs a visit.
because because I could use Ado as my teddy bear. You know?
He's your teddy bear. Hi, William L. Welcome in. Welcome in, everyone. You're gonna use Alo as your teddy bear.
Yeah.
So, why we're also introducing people, to everybody. As you guys know, Press Harder was arrested,
Mm-hmm.
and he
Mm-hmm.
stayed. They kept
Yeah.
him.
Over
They
in the court.
kidnapped him for 9 days.
Jeez.
Released him on his own recognizances. I can never say that word. Own recognizances. What's up, Pepperbrook?
What's up, chats?
Press who? Press harder. John DeNicola. Can you drop a link for me? Howie.
Hey,
Hi,
Howie.
Maya High Community Watch or channel. I like to change his name. And Gloria, welcome in. He's muted. He's eating He's eating. You guys. He went 9 days and nights without food, so he's munching away. I was gonna tell them to send him some pizza from Little Caesars because that's his favorite. So hopefully he gets some Little Caesars soon if he hasn't already had it.
Well, said I have to go because the the manager told me to zip it because I'm an
Okay.
outside. You know,
Okay. Yep. You're
I don't
outside.
want.
You don't have to really zip it, but okay. All right.
Guys, talk to you later.
Okay. We're sending prayers. Okay. Love you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay.
Oh, I was muted.
You were. I figured you were eating. You were enjoying your food.
Um, I thought I had taken it off mute.
Oh. Welcome in, Four Corners.
Hey, Westside
Yeah. There we go.
Hi.
Now we can start to
people.
talk about this.
Yep. And I still need to pull up the other part, but we can do this part still.
Yeah. Are you there? Four Corners?
I'm here. You hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
Yeah.
the this was such a big deal to them that they have like 5 officer reports. We have like this whole packet. Who got this? This was you that got this, right? Four Corners.
Yeah, you're talking
Be
about
the CFO you've always dreamed
the
of
video.
with your company's travel spend under control.
No, the paperwork, that packet of the narrative, all the police
Oh,
officer reports and
you know
stuff.
who gave press for transparency is the one that
Oh, okay.
gave that to me.
Nice.
We need to get his link up in the chat.
Yeah, we do.
But we're gonna take a look at all these reports. It's pretty funny, and it's not funny at the same time. Huh? There's
Right.
a lot to go through.
So let's see.
But you have the video first. You want to show like part of the rest or something, or whatever you want to do.
I sure do. Yeah, because I'm pulling up the paperwork.
Huh?
I say yes. Let's do the video because I'm pulling up the paperwork.
Okay.
So let's do it.
Control. Try Navant, the travel and expense platform that saves companies cash. It all starts with preventing out-of-policy spend at the source.
Edwina, eat your broccoli. They just arrested Press Harder for exercising his freedom. You guys put the Farmington Police Department's phone number in the live. It's Press Harder down there on the ground. It's arrested Press Harder.
I'm over here saying.
He never obstructed or nothing. They're charging him with obstructing. See, free speech is all he was doing.
Free speech. He should have been left alone then.
the apartment in question, the mail was here. So Manus has him, and then these two, we need to talk to. And do it over. Yeah. So can you stand by the family? And the minute she gets here, get him identified, get him back.
Exactly.
He is under arrest.
He's under arrest for exercising his right. Free speech. His feelings got hurt. Pose, put the Farmington, Mexico. Police department's phone in the live. Guys, redress your grievances. He did nothing wrong. All he was doing was protesting, free speech, and they charged him with what I heard was obstructing. Post, did you get the Farmington Police Department's phone number and the live? Venture San, welcome in. Let's press harder down on the. He's just freely filming and speaking, and they charge him with what I heard is with obstructing. That they do. No.
Hey, Janelle, welcome in. Right, Brian? What's up, Double Ups?
But see, I think I'd rather have Ashford here. The other stuff, okay. I'll do the paperwork on him. Okay. I just need him away. Okay. So can you help him out here now? What? People going over here with the headlights on afterwards. Okay. Do they know I was on, I guess, before I got here? I don't know how to get one. So we're back to the police. You're going to go over for us? Or can we assist you in rolling over so you can sit up, please?
Let's press harder there. You guys share this with somebody get a hold of San Joaquin Valley Transparency. I'm not really saying nothing because I'm already still in the legal system with what they're charging him with. Thank you, Pose. So they arrested him and they're going to take him to jail, y'all. I'm pretty sure the San Juan County Detention Center. What I heard was that obstructing. He never did anything. Yelling and screaming, I guess, is breaking the law. He never yelled and screamed. He was just freely protesting.
Oh, I yelled and I screamed. I admit it. I yelled.
As you should, right?
I yelled
because he's just being pressed harder. Hey, Grace, welcome in.
Thanks, Howie.
Repent.
The whole thing was a little fishy to me.
Should you know I had to get a hold of San Joaquin Valley Transparency. Just let them know that Press Harder was arrested for, they say, obstructing when he was out here protesting. The Farmington Police Department got their feelings hurt. Told him he couldn't exercise his rights.
Thanks, Gloria. You guys, thank you for becoming members. Hey, Road. If you guys haven't noticed, Press Harder makes it a point to not assist these fools in an unlawful arrest. And I like the way he does it. He's got a particular style, but I mean, it's working, and I mean, he doesn't assist.
Appreciate that for laps. Yeah, all he was doing is they were giving unlawful directives to back up, and nothing he did was criminal, or he never broke the law. They got their feelings hurt. They told him that he couldn't speak. If he said one more word, that they would arrest him. So he said that he told him that he would freely speak, and the officer got his butt hurt and arrested him.
He told him he was protesting. He tells him every time he's protesting. When they start the shit, he finishes it. I've never seen no one do this till now. West Side, yeah, same, but I believe they were talking about earlier. Otto the Watchdog does something similar, but he does a flop, I believe. I haven't seen it either, so this is the first time I've seen it. Cops should have been arrested for speech too. Then, wait, exactly right, Claudia? Claudette?
Sir?
Telling why should people join us on May 15th?
Well, if you're a person that is not willing to say,
So this guy's interfering with the survey. I go to the same one, and then all of a sudden it's like in front of them. So I just need you guys to. He's under arrest. I'm going to take it. All right.
You know, it's crazy too that they even drove the car up on the street onto the street. And all right, thank you for being a member for a whole month already. You're muted. If you're gonna say anything,
They bring the car right to me because they're my servants.
right to you. Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how everything is.
Yep.
I don't
And
wait
that's
in
how it
lines
should
or
be.
anything. Yeah, they recognized right away.
Flopping is not a crime. You got that right.
Talking, it is in
And
Farmington.
flopping either. Flopping
Oh,
isn't a crime
flopping?
either.
No,
Yeah,
it's not a
flopping,
crime.
talking.
No, it's not.
Any of it's not.
Mm-mm.
All right, back to it. And then I got those papers ready for when we're ready for 'em.
Okay.
You just want to call my name. And you might even just drive a unit up there. Just ask you watch out because we're driving over here.
Right on.
Watch out.
You're gonna drive the unit all the way up here to load them up, I guess.
Service.
Oh, I don't think so. That's over there. That unit. I mean, that apartment's over there.
No, I got a question real quick because I know we're watching this and I don't want to do a spoiler alert, but does anybody else get arrested for the crime that you guys are actually out there for filming these cops that are on?
No. And when you left Four Corners, we never talked about this. When you left, did they leave before you or what?
No, they were still there.
And you left?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I
Yeah.
was handcuffed to the booking chair for 48 hours, and I didn't see anybody coming in on anything like this. And not that guy they cuffed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't see anybody coming in like that.
That's crazy. That's crazy because like we're so what? I mean, what was the actual crime then?
There wasn't one, so they committed one.
Right.
There was no what they said was what it was a sexual assault, but the radio never said it was somebody being held against their will in the apartment, in the room.
So they decided to find the person and hold him against their will, but it wasn't even nobody that was actually in their scene for 9 days.
Well, okay, listen, we haven't talked about this either, Four Corners, but okay, remember when we got there? It was the second time we'd already been there for a call at the same apartment, right?
Right.
So we know this didn't just happen, like for the first time. This was ongoing, okay? And then, so we get there, and the girl is in the parking lot talking to the cops, right? Her and her mom and two cops, right? Right?
Yeah.
And that parking lot is not very far from the apartment where she says it happened.
Right.
Right. And it's not even in the direction of her apartments. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I
And
mean, if
yeah.
you just got kidnapped and sexually assaulted and you break free, what do you stop in like 50 feet? It doesn't make sense. And why'd you go the wrong way? Right? It's like, how are you just waiting out in the parking lot? Like, do, I'll call the cops while my supposed kidnapper and sexual assaulter is literally like right there.
And
Right. So I
nobody,
found that as odd from the beginning.
right.
Right. So like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying she's lying, but when I'm filming, when I'm thinking like, I'm not sure she's a victim. I'm really not sure that she's not making this whole thing up because it doesn't really seem likely that if you just escape the scenario like you're describing that you're going to stop in 50 feet and
Like you said, that guy didn't even show up in the booking. The one they arrested, they must have just let him go.
right.
I don't know if it was just a show for our cameras to make it seem like they were doing their job. I don't know.
Right.
No,
Right.
they were just cuffing anybody around.
Right.
I
Gotcha.
Yes, Spencer. 48 hours is what he said. He was handcuffed to a chair for 48 hours.
Yeah, to the booking chair.
Mm-hmm.
It was perfect. Because I mean, I'm not supposed to have access to there, but yes, I might teach a course one day on how to get in the jail without committing a crime.
Right.
It's not easy.
Pepper Brooks said, just saw a video today where Press Harder was protesting and he said, woodchuck to ground squirrel, woodchuck to ground squirrel. Please help, I'm being recorded.
Yeah, I've said that.
And then Brian Johnson says, unlawful detention and seizures without probable cause, Fourth Amendment, and retaliation for lawful speech and or journalistic activities, First Amendment, denial of due process.
No,
The
they
first
didn't
time,
deny me due process. I denied them due process. You cannot process people. They were begging me to allow them to process them. Okay. This was not, no. They would have dearly loved to process me, but you can't.
Right.
the first call was somebody was barricaded in the room, and when we
Yeah.
showed up,
So is that more like an abuse of 911 then? Most
right?
likely.
So when we showed up, there was already the K9 unit, the truck, the pickup was there already, and
So most likely this officer was mostly just a contempt of cop, and basically his feelings were already hurt and people just hurt him even worse by his speech.
so what they did is when we showed up, I guess they knocked on the door. Then a sergeant showed up, another unit. He knocked on the door, nobody answered, and they left. That was it. The first time we went up there.
Wow. That's crazy. And then for you to be kidnapped and tortured. What's up, Tuck? Police Tuck? Welcome in.
Yeah. Tuck's in here. I can't
Up,
see the
up.
comments. Yeah.
What up,
Yeah,
chat?
it's hard to see on the phone.
Good
Yeah.
evening, all chat.
Who is because of a word the fuck you? Exactly, Rojing. Thank you, Pepper Brooks. Thank you all for being here.
Yeah, real jingy. Ambassador to the amendments.
Yep. Brandon Mitchell.
Bright Brander.
Mhm. And
Shout
Brian
out
John.
to everybody in the chat.
Yep. William L. Sonia G. Alo was here earlier. I'm pretty sure he's still listening. Spencer X. Lady J.
Oh God.
I know your favorite. Armed with
Voldemort should be gone. Voldemort should be gone. Voldemort should be gone. Okay. Um we
you.
still have the narratives that we're gonna like look at on this.
Yeah,
Everybody.
we
Don't
can look at
forget
that.
that's actually this is huge. You guys are gonna love these.
Yeah,
The
let's see
effort
you
that they
get
put
taken
into
away.
this. Huh?
I said, let's watch you get put in the paddy wagon.
Yeah, I think we should, yeah.
They arrested him for, they say, obstructing when he was just exercising his rights, freely speaking, protesting, filming. They got their feelings hurt because he was protesting. Now they're bringing the unit up here. Post, can you put the Farmington Police Department's phone number in the live again?
So I'm gonna set you up. There you go. Forward. That'll do. easier for you if we just get up on your own and stood up, sir.
This is Farmington, San Juan County for you guys. All he was doing is they started a protest, and he started protesting. They started putting up imaginary lines for him to stay back, and they told him that he couldn't freely speak. Officer got his feelings hurt.
Yeah, we did.
You guys put a Farmington Police Department or San Juan County Detention Center's phone number in the link.
Hey, so whose unit is that? Mine. Are you gonna take it for me? Yeah, I'll take it up there. So you have to instruct me. I'll promise not, but if you can just be the criminal defense. Yeah. You're gonna say multi-identifier? No. Nothing yet. And then if not,
They said obstructing and concealing. What the officer's saying.
yeah, if you don't mind, that way. He's gonna back
Hey,
up.
Midwest.
Yeah, yep, absolutely.
You guys don't have an incident number, do you?
I don't have one on me, but there is one for you.
Will you guys be taking him to San Juan County Detention Center?
Yes, sir.
All he was doing was just protesting. He didn't break no law. He didn't commit no crime.
You can turn way up to the left now.
They're saying that, they can't find any information on him. They're trying to get his name. His name is Peoples, remember? When driving that unit, he's got in my face and grabbed my camera before. His name is sitting. So y'all, post, can you get the San Juan County Detention's phone number in there? So you guys can redress your grievances. Oklahoma, can you guys get a San Juan County Detention's phone number
Right, JD? Welcome in.
in the live?
BCWT
He
1958.
did not break no law. He did not commit no crime.
Yeah, concealing his name, his identity.
So he's going to San Juan County Detention Center, y'all. If you guys want to see what his status is, but I'll be
Hi, Patricia. Welcome in.
calling over there and see what the charges are actually. Who's the arresting officer?
I don't know that for sure, sir.
All right. Can you give me the information?
I will try to, yes. Let me know what.
Appreciate it.
And should we stay there so I can talk to him for a second, please?
You see that? See, they just want you to stand anywhere they tell you to stand.
If feet are numb and the sensation won't go away, do this 30-second biblical ritual to relieve nerve pain. Christians.
Now he's over there conspiring on press harder. He doesn't want me to listen in, ask questions. He's conspiring. He's lying to the sergeant. I don't know if that's the sergeant he's talking to. Really, dudes.
All right, let's do the reports. And Patricia said hello to both of you. Yes, thank you, William L. And John Dinacola for dropping those links. And Brandon Mitchell for dropping links and being here. All right, so how do you zoom in these bitches and make them bigger?
I don't know what those first few pages say. Do you?
No, I'm gonna make them bigger. So I'm gonna put us back up for a minute. There we go. Let me put us back up, and then I'm gonna pop this. Let's see, get this picture up. Or these images.
If we can make it big enough so I can see it, then I can read it.
Yeah, I was trying to see if I can zoom in on them.
It'd probably be hard for me to read it because you'd have to scroll it while I'm reading.
Yeah, I'm trying to make them bigger. So let's see. I gotta find them first. I know I downloaded them. Where are they? Is the question.
What you munching on, people?
Oh, I'm rolling a cigarette.
You were munching on something.
But I have my chip bag is actually my tobacco bag. But I was eating like sausage patties, eggs.
I'll let everybody know how the Indian taco tasted.
Pancakes. Huh?
The Indian taco.
Oh, that Indian taco was so good.
It was fire, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. We're gonna read the narrative.
You might have to read it, Westside.
Okay.
Because
I'm gonna try to.
I don't think anybody else can see it on the screen very good. Because
I'm trying to download it.
Huh?
I'm trying to download it.
Okay.
Which I thought I already had. There it is.
There's a lot to read too.
Yeah.
But like the narrative.
Yeah, it's a big ass thing.
But there's like I think 5 cops give a report, right?
I think so, yeah. Let's see if I got it. Shit. Come on, quick looking shit. Okay, hold on. There we go. Is that better? Oh yeah. Okay. So now let's see. I got it a little bigger. And okay, it says on March 20 or March. On April 22nd, I Sergeant C.
Manus.
I'm gonna make it bigger. Can you see that? All right, go ahead, read it. Can you read it?
I can't see it, but I'm just saying I know the name Manus.
Manus. Okay, Manus was on patrol in the city of Farmington, county of San Juan, in the state of New Mexico. I was in my marked patrol vehicle in full uniform, displaying my badge of office at approximately 2236 hours. I was dispatched to 305 East 28th Street in reference to a possible assault, a sexual assault. I arrived on scene and contacted Officer Darrell and nieces or NEZ while speaking to them. I observed two subjects. One of them identified as Justin Chi from a previous contact. Justin frequently listens to the public or to the police scanner and films officers on call for service. Contact with an unidentified male. I did not recognize the second male he was with. I observed the second male as a Caucasian and approximately 50 to 60 years old of age. He had a long white beard and his clothes were dirty and disheveled. He was filming officers as I arrived on the scene. As I approached the apartment complex, the male walked towards me. I did not know if the male was live streaming on his phone and the conversation I had was about to or I was about to have with Officer Darrell was sensitive in nature as it was a possible sexual assault. I asked the male to politely to step back to film. Wait. Step back while I spoke to Officer Darrell. He began cursing and calling me a bitch. And that he could walk wherever he wanted. He continued to film and walk around my patrol vehicle. Officer Darrell and I walked to the apartment in question, and the male continued to follow us, cursing the entire time. Lieutenant Mosley arrived on scene and established a crime scene perimeter. The potential scene was established at the complex at the space of 128 and the surrounding areas. Lieutenant Mosley advised the male that he needed to step back 20 feet out of the crime scene area. The male continued to curse and calling me a fucking bitch. His voice became louder as he continued screaming profanities at Officer Darrell and me. Well, it should have been I, but okay. The area we were in wait, what? The area we were in was a large apartment complex with over 100 apartments in the area. I advised the male to stop yelling profanity and being disorderly. He continued to yell at me and curse. I asked the male if I could explain something to him, being the municipal code for disorderly conduct, and he again called me a fucking bitch. and to suck his testicles. I explained that if he continued to curse and use
But wait.
and okay, go ahead.
She said testicles, but I clearly
Yeah,
said presticles.
right.
I said suck my presticles, and it's
And he
very
said
clear on the video.
right. Because I heard you guys talking about it. Somebody else was talking about that too.
Yes. Okay, go on.
Okay, and this is after the testicles. I said I explained that if he continued to curse and cause a disturbance to the neighborhood by yelling profanity, he could potentially be arrested for disorderly conduct. At this time, Officer Darrell stood by with the mail while I was tasked with securing the apartment. After I finished my preliminary discussion with the other officers about the potential sexual assault, uh, Lieutenant Mosley called for me outside. He was standing with the potential suspect who confirmed his name to the lieutenant. I placed the subject in cuffs to detain him for questioning, and as I was doing so, the unidentified male began walking towards us. Lieutenant Mosley commanded the male to step back and to continue stepping back approximately 20 feet from where I was detaining my male. I was detaining my male.
Yeah, you like that, my mail?
That was weird.
Yeah, she was detaining her mail.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
It's her mail. It's
Yeah,
nobody else's mail but hers.
yeah, my mail.
Oh shit. Okay. Nice. Okay, and this is the unidentified male screamed at the lieutenant, cursed at him, and began I can't even say it right. Argumentatively, Lieutenant Mosley clearly stated to the male that if he continued to obstruct the investigation, he would be placed under arrest. Lieutenant Mosley repeated himself multiple times to ensure that the male understood what he was saying, and the male became quiet for a brief moment. He walked towards the Lieutenant and yelled and screamed again. Lieutenant Mosley advised the male that he was under arrest and placed him in handcuffs behind his back. I heard the lieutenant advise the male to walk towards the patrol vehicle. The male fell to the ground and pretended to be asleep. He stood by with his arrestee for another patrol unit to assist while I escorted my my detained male to my patrol vehicle and continued my investigation. This concludes my involvement with this case, and that is Officer ID Johnson T.
Do you notice the one key lie there at the end where she said that I walked towards the lieutenant and screamed?
Or screamed
But
again.
she said I walked towards him.
Yeah, you were on the other side of the fence. He walked towards you.
And I wasn't moving at all.
Right.
That was a
Right, because
very
we can
important
clearly
lie.
see that. Yep, that was the false report. This is a false police report right here.
That is a material fact. That's
Right.
the one fact that claimed that would create probable cause
There you
in
go.
that situation.
Right.
Westside dogs me.
I did. Sorry. They didn't. They
I'm
didn't
well
put it
known.
on. You already know. That's like Lemmy, like they're saying my name, but they put an article out about him. They put a couple articles about him actually.
I'm just messing with you, USA.
I know. No worries. I was actually not gonna say it, but then I was like, it's already there, and it's on screen, so you're kind of like just screwed at that point.
So that entire narrative was
Uh-huh.
about disorderly conduct.
Right.
But they didn't charge me for disorderly conduct.
They didn't.
The only part that was about obstruction was where she said, then he walked towards the lieutenant and started screaming again.
Right.
Right. But like all that before that was smoke and mirrors about disorderly conduct that she knows they can't charge, and they didn't charge, and is irrelevant to an obstruction charge.
Right. Here, let's see. Because I'm stuck on this page.
Huh?
I'm gonna share this part. It is showing your resisting or obstructing officers and concealing your identity.
What?
It was two charges, or yeah, 2 counts of resisting and obstructing officers, and one of concealing identity.
Right. Yeah, that's what they
Right.
wrote on that
So
paper.
none of it is saying you did anything really. I mean, what did you do really? You're
Well,
like, what were your
I'm not
obstructions?
sure what the second instance of her obstructing is. Um, like maybe at the beginning when she was talking about how she was at her car and she was going to have a potential interview with a potential victim and shit.
Right.
Right. That might have been like an attempt, a very weak attempt to justify one case of obstruction, which probably wouldn't have got past probable cause. But that claim that I walked towards the lieutenant, okay, the judge has to take her at her word.
Right.
Right. That is a material fact right there. That one material fact would give them, cause maybe.
Right.
Probable cause. But not the words, not yelling.
Okay, so which one? We read that one.
So yeah,
I
go
gotta
to the next one.
find the other one out because of course they didn't put them in order. This is a hot mess. Okay, next one. What's up, Peter? They're arresting people left and right on 27th Avenue. They won't be playing no more.
Are you going to read the next narrative?
Yeah, I'm bringing it up. I was reading the chat real quick.
Oh, okay. I missed
I
it.
got distracted.
I missed the memo. Okay, safety meeting.
Safety meeting.
Yeah. It's 4:20
But
somewhere.
I don't know, why is my shit not working? Oh, maybe because I have to click something.
It's hard to just say that Farmington got themselves mainest.
I reamed Farmington PD's Manus out. Big time.
All right, I am ready with the next one. All right. Wait, did I already read this one? I did. Fucking jackass. Hold on.
I'm sure anyone here that lives in Matson can positively.
This is a pain in the ass.
Yeah. My mom is not proud, but
Yeah,
doing
that's
my
not good.
best.
All right, because there's a whole part missing right there on that one. Okay, I'll have to find that one. So let's go to this one. which is
No, I don't think there's a part missing. It looks
well,
like
I'm
it,
on
but
page
it's a supplement. See, there's the case officer, and
okay,
there's, you see what I'm saying?
right, but I don't know. I don't know how they
I
did
can't
this
see it,
paperwork.
but when you say these things, you're reminding me. So I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay. I'm just gonna download all of them real quick. I should already down. They said download all, so you would think all of them would download, but apparently not. Okay, this one.
This one's is it sitting? Is there sitting?
Yes. So at the beginning of his. Okay, I think I got it now.
Yeah, he's the one that got in my face. What, a year and a half ago? Me and for the record, and I should say. He actually grabbed my camera, my phone.
Okay, well no, this is Mosley.
Oh, Lieutenant Luther Mosley. He's the one
Right,
that
and
denied
her.
us to go into the.
Yes. Go ahead.
He's the one that denied us Press for Transparency and I to go into the mass shooting conference about a year and a half ago too. After that happened, I guess they moved him up to lieutenant.
That's stupid. That's why. Why are we? Why are we even? I don't even know. That's just crazy. We're just letting whoever in these places know. All right. It says on April 23rd, 2025, at approximately 21:43, Howard dispatch advised of a perishable grape at the 305 East 28th Avenue. An alleged female victim stated that the suspect, Marcus, blocked the door with a table and that there was another female victim and still inside. Officers responded and found the door to the apartment forced open with debris in the hallway. They learned that the suspect had left the scene. Officers made entry and conducted a protective sweep of the apartment, but no one was found inside. I arrived on the scene and parked in the parking lot. I exited my vehicle and began walking towards the apartment. I observed two males in the parking lot, following the other officers with cell phones in their hands as if they were recording. I recognized one of them as Four Corners is known to record the police and what did she say? Instigate, and post his videos on YouTube. Oh, Four Corners, you instigate. Come on. You really instigate us. She's like biased already, right off the bat. I did not recognize the other male. However, earlier in the day, Sergeant said Sitton, Officer Allegrime, and Officer Reese explained that the male was interfering with the DWI traffic stop they were working on earlier. They also stated that Matthew and Four Corners were on the stop with the unidentified male. I know Mr. also records the police and posts his videos online. Officer on the DWI stop didn't take any enforcement actions, but updated me on the situation. As I was walking up to the entryway to the apartments, Mr. Four Corners and the unidentified male tried to tried getting close and following us up to the door. I verbally instructed officers of a crime scene and established boundaries for them not to cross. I observed them. I advised them of 20 feet away from where we were. Four corners cooperated. However, the other male began arguing and started to yell obscenities. The male retreated to where he was told, but continued to yell. Because of his behavior, rather than have officers stand at the apartment doorway to secure apartment 128, I had to task them with perimeter points to ensure four corners and the other male did not enter the established crime scene. Officer Darrell took the unidentified male side to the east, while Officer Nez took Four Corners side to the west. The male was acting disorderly. However, we did not have any victims. As I was inside the apartment building, I could hear the male yelling obscenities outside the building. I began discussing the situation with Sergeant Manus and planning out how to handle the grape call. I needed an officer to secure the entrance to the apartment in case we needed to get a search warrant, and I needed another officer to be with the victim. I did not have enough officers due to the male's behavior. The males with the what is it, a asteroid above behavior outside. After a few moments of having Officer Darrow and Officer Nez stand on the perimeter, I pulled them both into the apartment to secure it and left the unidentified male and four corners outside in hopes they would cooperate. Eventually, I left Sergeant Manus on the apartment and walked with Officer Darrow to the victim's location at her apartment across the parking lot. After a few moments, I left Officer Darrow with the victim and made my way back over to the other apartment. As I approached the apartment, I observed three people near the bench outside the main doorway. I heard the unidentified male complaining about how those people were in the crime scene. The unidentified male complained about the crime scene tape and called me a stupid fucker. I contacted the three. I contacted the three, and I
Wait,
didn't
sorry. Complained about the tape or complained about a lack of tape?
complain about crime scene tape.
Huh.
The the
See the way
unidentified
she
male
writes that?
complained about crime scene tape and called me a stupid fucker.
Right. I complained about crime scene tape, but the lack of it.
Right. So you were telling him to put it up, in other words.
Yeah.
Right. And then it says, I contacted the three and identified one of them as Marcus. Marcus began exchanging words with the unidentified male and called out, "Hey, what's your problem?" I interrupted and began speaking with them. Once I confirmed Marcus was the suspect from the apartment, I had Sergeant Manus come outside and help me detain him. Marcus corroborated, and Sergeant Manus escorted him to a patrol vehicle. During the detention of Marcus, the unidentified man continued to yell and was interrupting my conversation with Marcus and the other two. Marcus made a comment, "What the fuck is his problem?" After Marcus was detained, I needed another officer to come over to secure the apartment and to interview the other two people who were with him. I called out on the radio for rescue or for resource, and the unidentified man began circling around the back of me and trying to get closer. I began hold on. I began approaching him as he took my attention away from the two and I was with from the two I was with and told him to get back 20 feet. He verbally argued about moving, but did as he was told. Oh, you did as you were told. I warned him sternly that if he said another or interfered, I would arrest him. I began to walk to the other two and I needed to interview, and he said, I will talk. I did. I make myself clear. I will talk. I make myself clear. I will talk all the fucking all I fucking want. At this point, it was clear he was continually interfering with the investigation. He was constantly maneuvering himself to get closer despite the verbal perimeter. He was yelling obscenity and oh shit, I can't talk now. Obscenities. He was causing those involved to pay more attention to him than the investigating officers, and his actions required officers to spend time dealing with his conduct than the investigation. I told him he was under arrest and re-approached him. I placed him in handcuffs and ordered him to walk to the patrol vehicle. Whether, and then I gotta find that one out because of course I don't have that one ready, or maybe I do. I don't know. Is it that one? Shit. Fuck, it was getting good. Okay. I think this is the continuance to it, so hold on, let's see. Okay. Officer Johnson. Wait, Johnson wasn't it? Was it? I don't think Johnson was the one I was reading. This is way too confusing. Maybe it was Johnson. Approached. That's interesting. Are you guys still there? You guys are muted. And then Four Corners, I can't hear you. Oh, that's
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
right. We can't. There's Four Corners.
Well,
Did anybody catch that she said a verbal barrier?
Yeah, you were gonna listen to a verbal.
I don't know what a verbal barrier is. Is that like a barrier from like making noise, or is that like instead of tape, she verbally created an area, or he created an area verbally, but without actually creating an area verbally?
Right.
He
All
never
these little.
articulated. She said, okay, the apartment complex and surrounding areas, but that's not very well defined, right? And like 20 feet away from us. Like us. Like, what?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a moving target.
And that where it says Matthew Presby, that's that's the wrong person that they're talking about. And Press for Transparency, that's not Matthew Presby. So they got the wrong name in that statement.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy, huh?
Yeah,
They
Matthew Presby is a whole different person, and I don't know how they got that name in there. I know who Matthew Presby is. I know who they're talking about, but it's the wrong person that they're talking about. I know they're talking about Press for Transparency, but that's not Press for Transparency's name.
Right. Right. But okay, is there you find the third one? You trying to pull it up?
I think I have it up, and I
Oh.
think it's page 6. But like, this is so confusing. This is so confusing. I'm going in page order. So I mean, I think
Yeah.
I read page 8 first, but I'm still going page order. But like, they really don't line up. These pages don't line up. Like, half of the shit that they even wrote doesn't even line up. Like, what the hell are they even doing? Do they even know what their job is at this point?
Right. Like they would have body cams that they could refer to, but no, they don't even look.
They don't
There's
work.
only three
They don't
officers
look.
that made statements.
3 officers?
Yeah, so there's only 3 statements that I
Oh, okay.
remember.
Right,
Oh, I
right. I
thought there
think
was
it's
more. Okay.
3. Yeah,
Okay.
Mosley said it. What is it? Sit on.
Sitting.
Sitting.
Sit on.
Mm-hmm. Spit on.
Yeah, it's and then I don't even know who this one is at the top because I thought it was done, but I guess it wasn't involved in the case. So maybe I was. I was reading already. I don't know. It looks so. I don't know. But anyways, it says what is it? I, Officer T. Johnson, a full time salaried and commissioned police officer employed by the city of Farmington on April 23rd, 2025 at approximately 00:15 hours. I was on patrol in the city of Farmington, located in New Mexico. I was in a marked vehicle, and his badge number is 10833, all in full uniform. On the date above and approximate time, I was contacted by Sergeant Bernaro and directed to respond to Sergeant Sidon to assist him with a male subject. Once I responded to the San Juan County Adult Detention Center, Sergeant Sidon advised me that he needed help with the male subject that needed to be transported to the hospital so he could get mentally cleared for the jail. Sergeant Sidon informed me that the male subject had refused to give his name or any other information. The male subject had been arrested for resisting and concealing his true identity as he's obstructed in an investigation that had occurred at 305 East 20th Street. During this call, the male subject was yelling and walking up to the officers as they were conducting their investigation. Once the male was placed in handcuffs, Sergeant Sidon stated the male had went limp and refused to follow simple commands.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny shit. That's funny. I assisted Sergeant Sidon as we had to physically place the male back into the into the back of Sergeant Sidon's patrol unit. Once we did so, we transported him to the San Juan Regional Medical Center where I took over custody of him. While at the hospital, Lieutenant Mosley informed me that he had filled out the required documents for the jail. I stayed with the mail until he was finally cleared medically. While I waited at the hospital, the male still refused to provide his name and date of birth. The medical staff attempted to reason with him throughout their contact with him, but he still refused to answer any of their questions. Once the male was finally cleared, Officer Young arrived on the scene with me, and we placed the male back into the back of the seat of my patrol unit. Throughout my contact with the unidentified male, he refused to listen to any commands as he just dropped his body weight every time we tried to stand him up. Once Officer Young and I placed him into the back of the seat of the patrol car or unit, I transferred him back to the San Juan County Adult Detention Center, where he was eventually booked with the required documents filed by Lieutenant Mosley. While at the jail, the staff informed me that they located a small black and blue glass pipe on his person. After they handed me the glass pipe, I observed it to be a marijuana pipe. I placed the pipe into evidence at the Farmington Police Department for safekeeping in case the unidentified male decided to retrieve his property. This ends my involvement with this case.
So he said he put it into evidence in case I would retrieve it.
Yes,
That makes no sense.
he put your
If it's
glass
if
pipe.
it's evidence, how do I get to retrieve it? And
I think he meant property, but he wrote evidence.
right, he was a fool. They took my tobacco pipe and gave me back my weed pipe.
Yeah,
Idiots.
that makes a lot of sense, right?
Right. That's literally what happened too.
Did we
Okay, so
rename it?
he's the one. You notice how he his transition between like, okay, he says he takes me to the San Juan County Jail, and then all of a sudden, while at the hospital, like, how'd you get to the hospital?
Right.
Right? There's nothing in there about that. You can tell there's a sentence deleted. Like there's something that was
There's a
taken
whole
out in between
yeah,
there.
yeah, it looks weird. It's like they're like they didn't continue something or they made one page the wrong page. I don't even know what the fuck I was even reading right now. Like when I was to tell you the truth, I'm kind of lost on these papers. Like I need like 3 days to go over these papers to do this live, but we did it.
3 days to go over those
Oh
papers.
yes, yes. This is wild.
Then we got the video. No, the video don't lie.
Right.
Right, but the video contradicts their statements, the key
Exactly.
statements.
All of that did. And we even watched the video before, and all these statements that they claim, yeah, right.
The important one about walking towards the lieutenant and yelling at him.
Yeah, and they want to just all try to put that in there too. Did you notice that?
Right, right.
Secretly in there somehow they tried to put that in.
Yeah, and marijuana is legal. So I don't understand like what he's talking about. Why they would take that.
Well, he was
Unless
gonna
like
get
the jail can't store it or something. And so okay, because like sometimes some peeps they bring in too many bags
right.
and the jail will only store one bag. And so the arresting department has to store the rest.
Midwest was Sergeant sit on the large one.
No, I don't think so.
I think it's Sergeant Sinton.
Yeah,
Sinton.
he's got
Sinton.
hair. He's thin.
I know I'm
Sinton's the
being
one that Sinton's the one that drove the vehicle, the unit up under the grass.
The one that
Oh.
went to go get the unit, right?
Yeah, that's him driving that unit. That's it.
We saw him earlier in the day at Dunkin' Donuts, I think.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was a sergeant.
Yeah.
He was a sergeant there. That's the one they were talking about in these statements.
Yeah. That's right. Because he like warned them about me and shit already, remember? He said
Well,
that
even if
thing.
they warned them, they should have left you guys alone. Like I don't understand. And these are all lieutenants and sergeants. Like
No,
they should
Shitten
know.
said he like briefed the others on what had happened because he was there at the Dunkin' Donuts. And so
Mm,
he like really was adding fuel to the fire is what it seems like to me.
right.
Yeah, that's what he was doing.
He was right. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's what he was like. People said it's what he was doing. He's just adding a little too much, adding on to his statement about what happened earlier at Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah. That's freaking hilarious what happened at Dunkin' Donuts before that.
I didn't even think about it until people said afterward, "That's good video, cops and Dunkin' Donuts."
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's got
Yeah.
every video
And what's
need.
funny is you can actually make a short of that and use people's voice when he's saying don't fall in the sprinkle hole. Or don't trip on a sprinkle or donut hole. Or I forget which one how he says it, but he always has like little ones in the videos that we have. So just clip it, put it towards it,
Clip it.
clip it.
Yeah, they tried to those two officers in the pickup. They tried to intimidate people that time, but
They
didn't
tried.
work. Mm-hmm.
What's up, BCWT?
Hmm. All right. Well, that was a good
Yeah.
live. You got like more to add, or are we about wrapping this up, or what? What's your plan?
About wrapping it up.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, I
Huh?
don't even. I mean, like I'm just baffled by all these papers. I'm like, my head's spinning.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
just
that was a lot, but um, at least we got that on camera now.
yes, and proof that they lied in the reports that it definitely contradicts the video.
Yeah, I would say.
And every one of those sergeants and lieutenants, I guess, don't need to be a sergeant or a lieutenant because they don't even know the job. How did they even pass the test to even become sergeant
The
or
whole
lieutenant?
the whole thing was a crybaby ass bitch call
Yeah, every one of them, every time. This is
every
every
time.
day of the week.
Yep.
It's always the sergeants are the ones with the attitudes.
Oh, did you see my live?
No. When?
Oh my God, you haven't even seen it. So let's play it. It's just a short, real quick.
Today?
No, this was the other day when I got pulled over.
You got pulled over?
I got pulled over in Mesa.
Oh.
So I got courted in Mesa.
You got what?
I got courted in Mesa.
Okay. What'd you get a
But
ticket for?
speeding.
Huh?
Speeding.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I did it, so it's my fault, but
Oh boy, you're confessing on live?
well, when you see the video, you're gonna be like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Yeah.
There's a video of you
There's,
speeding?
no, not of me speeding. Come on. You know the officer doesn't have that.
Well, he's got a video of you confessing to it now. Um when I see the video, the video was him?
Yeah. Hold on.
Okay.
Because I'm playing it already and it's not showing for you guys. Yeah, it's just a short, so. And I redid it, but I haven't posted it yet. But I redid it because this one's getting traction, so I left it. Damn! Did you guys see that? That was live on YouTube. Live on YouTube. Let's see here what his name is. mean, he literally just threw the paper in somebody's door. And proof of financial responsibility. I mean, they have to prove me that I was. I mean, he threw the paper at me. Watch this interaction coming up. He didn't tell me his name and badge number.
Damn, did you guys see that? That was live on YouTube.
I mean, very interesting.
How'd you piss him off, Westside?
How? I have no idea. When he came up, he was already pissed, I think. So I have
That
no
was
idea.
weird.
I mean, I guess I pissed him off because I had the camera in his face, because I pulled out my other
Okay, I see.
yeah, but I already had the other. I had my main phone on my mount on my car, and then I pulled out the other one when he took like forever to, I guess, print the ticket. Like, he didn't even say his name and badge number, why he even pulled me over. He was just, I don't know. I don't know.
Cameras triggered him, huh?
I guess I don't know if it was that or if it's because I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. No idea whatsoever. I just know he threw the paper at me. What's up, everybody? I just watched get arrested. Yeah, he got arrested. What was it, almost 2 weeks ago now? A week ago?
Who?
You? Press harder.
Oh,
He
got kidnapped. Well, they kidnapped an empty body.
got kidnapped and released on your own recognizance.
They kicked him out.
Not on my own recognizance. That's the second time you said that. They carried me out. In order to be released on your own recognizance, you have to show cognizance.
Oh.
Right. You have to be cognizant of what they're doing. You have to be aware of it, be provided consideration, agree to it, want it. Right. If you're not willing to walk out and they have to carry you out, that's not on your own recognizance. That's against your will.
Yeah, they wanted him out of there because when I was there, they were glad to get him out of there.
No court. Right? No court. They never took you to court. Or they never took you in front of a judge.
I mean, I never saw a judge. I don't know nothing about it. None of that. I don't know. They don't need to take me to court because I don't participate. They just do what they're going to do and they figure it out.
When you don't assist.
Right. Because judges, you only need a judge if you have a dispute, if there's some sort of argument. But I'm not arguing. Right. So there is no argument.
Right, Peter said he's going to pay. Peter said he'll pay for your lawyers to sue them.
No, you won't.
The sheriff was pissed. Everyone thought it was the sheriff department, even myself. So they thought it was the sheriff's department.
That's what I heard. I heard that they got a lot of criticism.
Well, because the sheriffs should know better. Well, the sheriffs are supposed to be constitutional. Well, I mean, they're all supposed to be constitutional, but the sheriffs are more like trained on the Constitution, aren't they? But I mean, they're pretty bad too.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they don't know rights.
No, they would violate your rights, but in this case, they're not the ones who did it at first, so they're mad because they got thrown under the bus.
Yeah, they got the end of it, the shitty end of it.
Yeah, well, they're getting a lot of attention that they didn't want.
I mean, well, they should
Poor babies.
other people. I mean, well, they should have already known better with Four Corners, right? So
I
they,
mean, if
th-
you're
they
in the kidnapping business, you need to get better at this kidnapping stuff, right?
Then we found out Skittle Breath. Well,
Yeah,
a
Skittle
few
shit.
days before, Skittle Breath was convicted of DWI last year when I was in there.
right,
And
right,
that's how
right,
we Shuttlesworth.
right, and you were able to confront him, so that was nice. That was a good win for the people.
Yeah,
Right. That was a very good win for the people.
yeah. You can't get nothing by Four Corners. He'll never forget you. If he sees you on the jail TV a year ago, he'll remember you and recognize you immediately.
I
Okay.
mean,
Yeah, I was in there. I was in there the same charges that Press Harder, and I forgot for the record, call me and he said, "Is there they just arrested a police officer, Farmington police officer for DWI?" I said, "I haven't heard yet." And that same evening when the news came on, he was on the evening news, and we were all watching him. All the people that were in the San Juan County Detention Center, we were watching Shuttleworth being investigated, and he was wasted, slouched
damn.
over in the chair.
But the craziest part of it, out of all of it, though, finding that out and confronting him, but also the fact that he's been not not demoted. I mean, well, I guess he's demoted, but he's also promoted because he's just a supervisor or he's just a detention officer? Well, I mean,
I think he's a sergeant in the detention center.
right, which he shouldn't be, right?
Right.
I mean, he shouldn't be over nobody. I mean, like, I mean, unless he's gotten retraining and he's, I don't know.
And it's even your first DWI here in New Mexico, you're supposed to do all the mandatories, and he got a plea deal.
Brian Johnson said we're gonna work on that Four Corners. I'm
Right
not
on,
sure
Brian. Yeah, I know
if he
Brian.
has a badge and a gun. Yeah, yeah, he should, and he shouldn't. Like, I mean, if we got that, we wouldn't probably be able to allowed to even carry a badge and a gun. Because is it? I mean, is that a felony? Or I mean, I guess it's if somebody's a victim.
We don't even know if he's done the mandatory, like 28-day treatment, DWI school. If he's got the interlock on his vehicle because it's mandatory.
Right, and
Even
he's
if you get your DW getting the DWI here in New Mexico,
hmm
yeah, it's mandatory that you go through the process of the punishment.
right.
Like it comes with the 28-day treatment, the DWI school, probation,
That's
DW, yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
That's crazy.
interlock.
He probably
And
didn't
he's
even
still
have any of that stuff on his car at all, and they're probably not even checking him. Like, how is he even working?
right.
Like, he should be doing all that stuff. Like, he shouldn't even be working because I'm pretty sure if we got a DWI, we probably wouldn't be working. We'd probably still be in jail. That's crazy. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna end it because I gotta go to bed.
yeah,
Same
yeah.
here. Another
Thank
work
you.
week. All
That
right,
was a
people.
good panel.
Westside Accountability. Everybody in chat.
Yep.
Y'all have a good night. Good evening.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Four Corners.
Yeah, back at you, people. Westside. Appreciate you exposing this.
Yep. Every day.
Helping out.
Bye, Gio. Hi,
Yeah, yeah.
Gio. Bye, Gio. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Westside.
You're welcome. Thank you for being knowledgeable and knowing your rights. Laters.
Yeah, yeah.